All right, so we're ready to do FindBugs. I just wanted to point one thing out first, is that all this code that I've written here, this is going to compile just fine. So I can go in here and I can see the compile completed successfully. So the code will compile, the code will run, it'll do everything that I want it to do, right? But that's not really the point of this. The point is I want to follow best practices. I want it to be nice and clean. I want it to be readable and maintainable. I don't want to put a lot of cognitive load on other developers coming in trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing. I don't want to have useless code laying around in here. And so that's the point of using these tools, is that, yeah, you can write bad code and that bad code will compile. It will probably even run, but you're leaving yourself susceptible to bugs when you don't use these types of tools to clean up. I'm also going to let me just throw something in here because I realized that I kind of forgot earlier that I want to do a commented outline of code here. Because these tools are gonna yell at me about that. So we're gonna install FindBugs in IntelliJ. So I'm gonna go to File and Settings, and I'm just gonna search for FindBugs, all one word. Check the repositories, and I'm gonna install FindBugs IDEA. Cool. Now I have to restart IntelliJ. The dude is still not happy, but we're going to get him a little happier there. All right. So once we install FindBugs in IntelliJ, if we go up to our Analyze menu, you're going to see that you have a new menu item for FindBugs. You can also go in and say, I want to go look at settings that are specific to FindBugs. So I can go into Settings, and I can go into the FindBugs tab down here. I can have it do the analyze in the background. I'm not going to do that right now. I can have it do an analysis after the compilation. I can have it compile before it does the analyze. And then we want to open our tool window when we run, and just checking the report, and we look at, okay, here are the things that we want to, the categories we want to check for. We're going to use all of these, and you can sort of start to figure out, okay, which items do I really want to worry about? Just the things that are a 1 through a 4 in terms of a rank, or do I really just want to see everything all the way up to a 20? And so that's what we want to do there. And then there's some other things you can do. You can actually look at the detector, and you can see these different rules that come in under FindBugs, and you can turn some of them off or on if you don't really care about some of them. All of that's fine. I'm just going to use the standard out-of-the-box stuff so we can get a feel for what it is, because it pretty much covers everything. Let's pretend that wasn't open right now. Okay, so we're starting from this. We're going to go up to Analyze. I'm going to go to FindBugs, Analyze Current File. Note that we've got a quick key there. We can do Control-Alt-Shift-F. So that makes it fast to do our analysis. And it's going to go do its work. All right, it found 3 bugs. All right, well, that's not too bad, right? 3 bugs. That's only 48 lines, 50 lines of code, and it found 3 bugs. That's not good. So let's check this one first. Inefficient new string. All right, so what it's really telling me here is it wants me to do that because that's going to be more efficient. The new string really does the same thing, and it's just better to do that right there. So then if I hit my Control-Alt-Shift-F and I rerun the analysis, that one's going to drop off. All right, so it's happy about that. Get that cleaned up. Let's take a look at this one right here. Comparison of string objects using equals or not equals. All right, so the string object overloads the equals method, right? It's a bad practice. And so it really wants us to use the equals method instead. And I agree, we should use the equals method instead. So this one is not equals, right? If it's not equals this right here. And I think SonarQube, when we get this running into SonarQube, I think SonarQube is actually going to tell us that we should put the constant on the left side of this equation. But for now, we're just going to do an equals on those. Control-Alt-Shift-F. Run that again. That one drops off. So it's better with that. We have this unwritten field down here. So remember that we threw this variable in and we printed it out, and it's coming down and it's capturing it. And so we can see, up here we can see the rule that we're violating here. We can see, medium confidence correctness, sort of the category and the confidence and how, terrifying this thing really should be to us. And then down here we get the description, and it actually tells us what we can do about it. With the field isn't written, you're not assigning a value to it. It's just going to use the default value. So either you should have initialized this thing and done something with it, or you need to remove it. You need to get rid of it because it's just wasting space. We're just going to get rid of it because we don't need it. Okay, Control-Alt-Shift-F. Just going to take me a couple of quick seconds there. And now, using FindBugs, I'm bug-free. I don't have any more of these things to worry about. And my code is that much closer to being cleaner and more acceptable to the general development public. All right, so next up we're going to use check style. So hang tight and we'll get to that next.